For the frugal minded that are now here in the supercharged phase, I know you want to have multiple millions in the next 10 years. So let me do a quick recap for phase 1, 2, 3. At the end of phase 3, you will have an extra $100,000 in money that you have saved. You have two options. You can either invest that $100,000 into some assets that will generate income between 5 to 7%, or you can also buy into other things that will yield high returns. We can show you what the worst case potentially would look like. It is also a good time to understand that many of us, as we enter our early 30s, 10 years into this path, we may have a girlfriend, a wife, maybe kids along the way. My suggestion, as I said in the beginning, frugality does not mean living in a cardboard box. It means balancing when the money can bring you joy and use it for things that will bring you that joy in life. My suggestion is to take the $100,000, buy yourself a nice home, and you can buy a home that's up to the value of $500,000. And the reason is, I'm gonna show you in the math. With a $500,000 home, this is going to be your fourth property. You're gonna be putting $100,000 down, which is 20%. You will have a mortgage of $400,000. And I just did the basic calculations as I did in the first 3 phases. But your interest rate will be 4.25, it will be your primary residence. And then at the same time, you're gonna look at some costs associated with your mortgage, which is gonna be $19.80 a month, $375 for taxes, insurance is gonna be about $125 a month, and then HOA is going to be about $100 as we had plugged in. You are going to have a total cost of owning this home about $28.80 along with utilities. I'm budgeting $300 a month for it because of just some past numbers that I know of. Now on the income side, you have 3 properties that's now generating income for you. I did some basic deductions. I am going to round up to the nearest thousand and say that you have about $1,000 of net income coming to you minus all of your costs from these investments. It's gonna help offset this mortgage that you're paying. What I want to show you next is what the numbers would look like if you do decide this is all you want to do and you want to take the exit ramp at this point on the path and just coast, okay? And I will tell you that if you do decide to coast in the next 10 years, you have your 6-figure job, you have 7% that's coming to you on the money that you have put in with $100,000, you will become a millionaire. But I will also show you on this path how if you do continue on in the next 10 years, the money will work greatly for you. Let's take a look at what it would look like if you decide to exit at this point. You have 4 homes. I did some basic rough calculation of what your purchase price was, not even the market value, but just taking a conservative value, what your equity percentage is by these years. So you would have about 50% equity at that time in your first property, 35% in your second, 30% in your third, and then also conservatively, you will have about 25% in your home that you're living in. It comes out to about $492,000, give or take a little bit of rounding error. Plus your $100,000, you would have close to about $600,000 of net worth. But for those that are staying on, let me show you how the money will be working for you, because the foundation that you have set for yourself in the first 3 phases has already set you up for a very, very solid future. In year 12, you have $125,000. I'm giving you a 5% increase, which you should be asking for, along with stock options, equity positions, everything you can ask for. In this roadmap, you will be making $185,000. You will also be only saving 40%. As you age, you're gonna have more bills. Kids are gonna come along. There's education funds that you have to put money into. There are just many things in life that you have to put into. And because of this, I am recalculating the amount that you need to save in order to get to this millionaire status. And with the 40% that you will save, you will have $391,443 if you're just saving your day job. As we go into our side hustle, you have become really good at what you do. I have friends who have been photographers for 10, 15 years, and they are making 6 figures by doing weddings, by making cakes, by doing special occasion photography, or anything like that. But I'm only cutting that in half and saying that you will be making $50,000 from your side hustle because you have other commitments to family and time. So after taxes, we're looking at about $35,000 from your net income on your side hustle. What do the numbers look like? When you add in both, you have $391,000 from your day job and you have $315,000 from your side hustle. If you add that together, you will have close to $700,000. That is not even including 5% compounding interest. Let me show you what growth looks like at 5%. And you can see in this little chart that I put together, I also did not do compounding for the most recent 2 years. In case you need that money for something, that's going to be sitting in a cash account. So we're gonna omit that from the 5% compounding. The money that you have saved is $474,000. If we were to compound that money at 7%, we would have $935,000. That is a difference of $228,000. That is $250,000. It will add to your overall net worth. As you have gone through these steps, you have gotten to your $2 million mark. So what you will see here in this calculation is I have put together all of the phases, all of the properties, and all of your cash and investments together, and I've added that up into your net worth. I did the calculations based on the homes of just percentage of equity ownership at the end of all these years. And let me give you some numbers. I have calculated your real estate to appreciate 3% from the time you have purchased it and what the equity percentage would look like. And I'll give you the net values. For your first home, that home would probably be worth close to $290,000. Your second home, based on the equity position and the value, you would have a net value of about $300,000. Your third and fourth home would have $208,000 and $253,000 respectively. And let's not forget, I told you in year 11 to put aside $50,000 as a rainy day fund in case if you needed that money for something that was unforeseen. We bring that in, $50,000, your cash and equivalent investments, and that is about $935,000. When we add all that up together, you would have a little over $2 million in net worth, and you will still be generating income with your day job, your side hustle, and your properties. And I know there are some people who will ask, what if I just want to go conservative and I just want to do 5% investment? I'll show you what that would look like. If you did a 5% investment, you will have a net worth about $1.755 million. Your cash and equivalent would be a little less. It would be about $700,000. You have come a long way in 20 years. You have saved, you have lived, you have sacrificed. And I hope when I have taken you through this journey, you see how you have started with zero. And now you have a net worth of $2 million or more. I told you in the beginning, it was all about mindset. If you are committed and you have followed us to this point, I have no doubt you will become a millionaire. I hope this has been helpful in showing you one way that I know of how to become a millionaire starting with zero. This plan doesn't have to be for someone who started from college. It could be someone who left the military. It could be someone who decided one day, I want to be a millionaire. It's open. It's open to how hard you hustle, how hard you work, and create those opportunities for yourself. I will go into more details about the things I have done wrong, my mistakes, as I done this path on my own. I hope that my mistakes can show you what you can do better. I wish you much success as you take this task on. And I wish you happy hustling towards your dreams. And until the next time, I will see you soon.